So just to sum up today, we had a good time. We didn't really get to do as much as I hoped we'd do, but we did get in some good country. We went farther to the south where we was at earlier. Lots of roads through here. It's just a canyon road, hilltop and canyon. Every top of the ridge has roads parallel in it. Real pretty country out there. You can see, barely see it, I think, but really good country. Found where the grass wasn't totally decimated like up on top. Lots of grass through here, lots of feed. Mid-November, but when you get hunting elk this time of year in Utah, in the old bull units, these elk are in groups. I noticed that over the past few years. I didn't really get into muzzleloader November hunt very much back in the day. I stuck with rifle archery as my favorite, but getting more to this muzzleloader, I'm starting to figure out more about it. One thing about these elk here on the old bull unit is they're few and far between, but they stay in groups. So where we went today, we found old tracks, old tracks, old tracks. Nothing new. Not a new track at all. Elk, when they get to the point where they're herded up like this, they'll be in one area and that's it. And then they'll move from that area to the next area. They'll just continually move. Elk don't stay put very long. They'll graze an area, they move almost constantly. They'll be in the general area the next day, maybe hanging around that area, and then they'll be gone. They do like a 7-day loop to 7 to 14-day loop on their feeding grounds. So if you can pat where these elk go, then it's all a matter of being in the right place at the right time without pressure, especially. Now, if you're without pressure, like up here, there's no pressure. There's nobody here, but there's also no elk. So you have to find the herd. The herd could be up on top, which is, to me, looking at the forage and the feed that's been decimated by the sheep herd up there, he really did a number to the top. Just grazed it to dirt. Now, I got a bull off the top this year, but my friend got a little rag bull over here where we're at tonight, just after I got my bull. My bull was pushed out of a area that wasn't overgrazed, that was rugged, and it was ran up by my son. They had been tracking him in the snow for a good hour, 2 hours for it. Well, probably 3 hours they were following these bull tracks in the snow. But they came from an area that has good grass, good feed. So that's the key with these elk, is all these different areas. It's a matter of timing. It's a matter of timing, timing, timing. Because if they're not there, they are absolutely not there, especially this time of year. There is a rogue bull out there wandering around. For some reason, the herds that's been seen, that I've seen, or even other hunters I don't see, that's been more than one bull with a bunch of cows, which is just odd. Sometimes it's one bull with all the cows. Even in November, they'll be fighting off every rag bull within 100 miles of them. But this year is one of those years where I think it's turned more to every elk's just in a group. Lots of hunting pressure. Weather, phenomenal weather events. Big snows early, cold snaps early in October. Drought, massive drought through the year. These elk are just kind of, I think, in a backspin. I think everything in Utah is kind of spun out because of this. They're normal habit. But that is one thing. The one thing that's for sure about elk is they will consistently move. They don't stay put very long. You'll find just a crap load of tracks. They'll be fresh and they're there. And the next day you'll go back, and the next 3 or 4 days you'll go back and think there's people will be going back looking for those same elk that have already vacated the area. They did their tracks, fed off where they wanted to feed, then they moved out. And they could be over here one day, and then they'll be over there the next day, and they'll just do a big huge loop across and up over the other side. They're nuts like that. So, anyway, thanks for watching. It's real beautiful out here. Let's see if we get this set up. You guys can see my hand for a sec. Well, look at all that dust. So we get that off. Okay. Now that is about 10% of the true beauty of that right there. It doesn't even do it justice. That's a star. I don't know if it's a planet. And let's get right up here on the moon. Look at that. This is what hunting does for you. This is the times that you would not be here if you weren't a hunter. It's about respect up here. It's about respect. It's about knowing what you're doing and how it affects your life and why you do it. It's a dream that you get to live. It's just outside the door, but it takes putting in for those tags, and it takes the initiative to do it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the elk talk up here on top. We got to get home. We got a long ways to go off the mountain. So you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching Western States Outdoors.